Hey, what's up, Rainmaker? I just want to thank you for being a loyal listener of the Rainmaker Family Show. Hey, I wanted to come on here and do a special thing. We've actually never really done something like this before, but we are doing a Black Friday special. Okay, a Black Friday sale. I know. You're getting a lot of these in your inbox right now. You're full from that turkey from Thanksgiving, but we want to jump in on this because I believe we're kind of in this special season where there's an opportunity window opened up when it comes to creating income online. Now, if you've been following our world for a long time, you know that we're all about Amazon. We're all about launching physical products. But more than that, we're about leverage for your family, finding opportunities for you to do more with less, to achieve more with less. Leverage is like putting in an hour and it like being like 10 hours. And we found an opportunity like this that we have seen have so much positive results that we've actually decided to bake it into our entire Rainmaker method. So now when people come into our full mastermind program, they're actually put into this curriculum first because we looked at our top students, the most exceptional stories, the biggest numbers, the fastest results. And we started to see a through line of them actually doing this one thing first, building this skill set first. Now, you don't need this to succeed on Amazon. You don't need this to succeed with e-commerce. However, if you do this one thing, it can give you a lot of flexibility online where you can actually make money in multiple different ways. So if you're curious what this is, it's called Media Channel Mastery. And in this podcast, I just wanted to quickly explain what it is, give you a link if you want to check out the Black Friday special. This is typically something that sells for $1,000, and we're doing an insane price on it for a limited time. So if you're listening to this around the time of Thanksgiving, you might still have time to grab it for this crazy price. So go check it out. I put the link in the show notes if you want to go check it out right now while you're listening to this. And I'm going to do my best to explain kind of what it is and how it's working to turn influence actually into income. So no, you don't need to be an influencer to do this thing, but you can actually be an influencer by learning this skill set. And this all started with us really asking the question like, what would we change about our program if we only got paid when our students got paid? As you know, with any business, every business is a risk, and there's not a 100% guarantee you're going to have success with it. But when we started to really look at our most successful students, we started to see a pattern. And actually, it's something that we've done in our own business. And actually, even on all of our Amazon and e commerce businesses, we actually also had this in play. And it was leveraging the power of influence, and not just influence, but social media influence, using some of these algorithms in our favor. The problem with social media is a lot of people avoid it because they don't want to put their face out there. They're not good on camera. It's pretty technical, right? And so we are like, we know that we want to teach this so we can show people how to build influence that they can monetize, they can turn into income. However, we want to do it in the Rainmaker way, which is doing it smarter, not harder, figuring out a way that you could do it without having to be an influencer, learn all the TikTok dances, even shoot any content yourself. And so we came up with this strategy called Media Channel Mastery. And what this comes down to is starting a media channel. Okay, when you think of a media channel, like let's say you go to ESPN, right? A media channel is a place where people congregate around a specific topic and they go to that media channel for all the go-to things in that media channel. Maybe it's maybe it's humor, maybe it's like the Comedy Centrals, maybe it's sports like the ESPNs, maybe it's news, right? And you actually see social media follows this very similar thing. Maybe follow some pages like this on Instagram that we would consider theme pages. Okay. Theme pages are pages where there's not actually like a person, like an influencer. Like this isn't like, Kim Kardashian's page and you see her face all over it. This is like top tennis athletes, right? It's a page like that. And it's curating the best of the best content, news, memes around the topic of tennis. If you follow one of these theme pages, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But this is the opportunity that we're seeing on Instagram right now because if you missed it, Instagram's algorithm has changed. It's changed pretty drastically, and they're actually taking a page out of TikTok's book. If you noticed, maybe 2 years ago, you would follow someone. Let's say you followed me on Instagram, and you would see the things that I was into. And 2 years ago, I might post about filmmaking. I might post about Rainmakers. I might post about a cool new coffee shop I went to. And you'd log into Instagram and you'd see my stuff, right? Things I'm interested in because you followed me. But recently, you've probably seen this. You log into Instagram, you log into Facebook, which is now called Meta, and it's showing you things that you didn't follow, groups that you're not a part of, people you didn't follow, real that you didn't click follow on that person. It's showing you things it thinks you might be interested in. And platforms are really making this shift from a follower based model that says, hey, I want to follow this person to an interest based model where the platform's saying, let me try to serve you things that I think you're interested in based on the actions you're taking on this platform. TikTok was probably one of the first platforms to do this really well. And I think a lot of the other platforms saw TikTok and what they're doing and were like, oh dang, that's crazy. They're growing really fast. It's really effective to keep people on the platform, which means they're making more money. We're going to do that too, right? And Instagram, Meta, Facebook, I mean, they're pretty notorious for finding what's working elsewhere and building it into their own system. And so Instagram made the shift, and the CEO actually came out and said, hey, for a long time, we've been favoring big creators that have these big audiences, but now we're giving power back to the small creator. And now when you post on Instagram, your post will be shown to non-followers. And I'm going to explain this in just a second. So when you previously used to post, so this is old algorithm, okay? Old algorithm on Instagram, when you would post, it would show it to a portion of your followers, okay? So let's say you had 100 followers on Instagram, it would show to like a percentage of those followers, okay? Let's say it was, I don't know, 50% of your followers, or maybe it was probably less than that. It was probably 10% of your followers. If those people liked it, engaged it, like with it, like it would show to more of that percentage of your followers. And if those people liked it, engaged it, it would show to more of your followers. If those people liked and engage it, it would maybe at that point break into non-followers. You might get on some of the explore pages, right? And you might be getting seen by other people. And that's how you would grow your account. And that was really hard. It was really hard to grow. With this algorithm shift, the new algorithm, when you post on Instagram, it's basically guaranteed that it's going to be shown to half your followers basically and half non-followers. I'm not saying like it's going to show if you had 100 followers to all 50 people, but let's say that it shows to 10 people. Okay. 5 of those people are going to be people that follow you, and 5 are going to be people that don't follow you. It's like you have a guaranteed chance at hitting it with a stranger, right? And so when we know this, we can kind of reverse engineer virality. We know there's certain things that make posts go viral. We know there's human psychology, like there's curiosity, there's polarizing statements. There's a lot of things that we know, like when we put something out there like this, it's likely to go viral. Okay, we can't 100% guarantee something's going to go viral, but we can do what we do when it comes to Amazon, which is we don't make new inventions. We make Amazon better by finding products that need improvement and making them better. Right? We use data to our advantage to make powerful decisions and reduce the risk in the process. Just like that on social media, when we have this new algorithm working in our favor, what if we use posts, content, news, media, memes that we know have already gone viral? We call this proven viral content. In our community, you might hear people saying PVC. PVC. I posted a PVC, right? They're talking about proven viral content. And this is content that we already know has gone viral on other accounts. It's proven to go viral. So when we post on our account, and even if it shows to a very small number of people, because we have a very small following at the beginning, we know with those non-followers, it's going to perform probably pretty well because it's proven to go viral. And when it does, Instagram's going to see that, push it to more people, push it to more people, push it to more people. This is how we're having people in our community have posts get seen by millions of people within like 30 days of creating their account. Like it's not that hard to go viral when you know this strategy. And if you want to see the strategy at work right now, go to our Instagram account, go to the Rainmaker family on Instagram, go over to our reels. Okay. Just scroll to the right. When you're on our page, right in the middle there, that's like the reels icon. That's the video format on Instagram. Look at our pinned reels at the top. You'll see one that has 125 million views. You'll see one that has like 80 million views and another one that has like 70 million views. Now, when you look at those on the surface level, they look like our content because they are branded with our brand with family photos of us. However, when you click into them, what are they? They are PVC, proven viral content. They're viral videos. This is just like the modern day America's Funniest Home Videos, right? That show would take these clips from all over the world, they curate them into the funniest clips, and they'd post them for an audience to see. That show didn't create any of their own really content, right? They just took like stuff that was already out there that was submitted to them, and they curated it and they shared it, right? This is a modern version of this. And I remember when I first saw people doing this, I was a little bit like, is that like stealing? Are we just like taking someone's content and using it as our own? And the answer is no. There's actually something happening bigger picture with social media that I want to loop you into. And to see the future a little bit, sometimes you got to look into the past. And we saw a very similar thing happen with the music industry on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. Okay. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I mean, even 3 years ago, if you posted a video on Instagram and you had a popular song, like something that's on the radio, Party in the USA, you put that on your Instagram, you had a video of you and your friends, Party in the USA playing on there, right? It would get flagged for copyright. And they'd say, oh, you don't have the rights to use this song. You can appeal this decision or delete this content, right? That's what happened. You remember this? Okay, but what changed? Musically changed. Okay, Musically was an app that you could actually find these popular songs and you could do little lip syncs to them. Okay, and this is the app. And guess what this app turned into? TikTok. Okay, TikTok, I think, purchased Musically or something like that, and it became TikTok. And TikTok put this on the map where you could use popular songs in your content. People are lip syncing. And actually, what it did, even though it probably made some of the music industry people mad, it actually created a more open source environment for smaller musicians, up and coming musicians to rise. And we saw this whole rise of new up and coming musicians that didn't have to go through all these labels, all these things. They could go immediately straight to the people. It was kind of like direct to consumer, right? For musicians. And we'd see musicians just blow up because their sound on the platform just went viral, right? People started using it in content. I mean, I saw this guy on Joe Rogan, right? That just had a song he played on Instagram. This guy was not very known, but he had a song that struck a chord with the American people. It got shared like crazy. This guy ended up on Joe Rogan, one of the biggest media channels out there. And so the power is kind of coming back to the people, right? We're cutting out the middlemen. And yeah, I guess like you could say, oh, this is a bad thing for music, but I honestly think it's been a good thing for music. And so when we kind of see the history of what happened with audio, we're seeing a very similar thing happen with video. And actually, if you go into your Instagram settings, you can dig around in there to see that what I'm saying is true. You already have this enabled in your Instagram settings. There's a thing called repost, there's a thing called remix on Instagram. They have these features baked in, and it's actually enabled by default on your account. And it's probably, if you haven't adjusted it, it's probably on there already. And it basically says, allow people to download, reuse, repost, remix my content as their own. And the platform is actually encouraging people to do this with features like repost and remix. Of course, there's still value on original content, but with AI evolving, all these things, Instagram's like, let's make a way for people to share stuff that's really powerful and let it go out there and create off of the creations, right? Like, I believe nothing is really original, right? Like, everything is a remix of something else. And we see this with trends, like a trend goes off and like, oh, it's this cool thing. And people like just model after that thing. But now we're even seeing with actual content. And again, I remember the first time I saw this, I think it was like it was like Mel Robbins on Instagram. She's like a personal development person. And she was doing this. She was like grabbing clips, popular viral clips, and putting it on her own profile and using it to kind of like share with her audience as a funny thing. And I was like, why is she doing this? She's like taking this as her own. Now she would give it credit. She's never saying, I created this video. She's like, oh my gosh, watch this funny video from at blank. And she'd tag the creator, she'd tag the person, but she was curating stuff she knew her audience would love. And as we dug into this, we've actually done this on our own Rainmaker family Instagram account. And we've grown that account from 4,000 followers to now over 700,000 followers. By the time this podcast comes out, we could be even over 800,000 followers. And this is one of the main strategies we've used. And we've talked about on the podcast, we should have 2 podcasts that go into this strategy and another strategy we've used to really blow up that Instagram account. But I want to tell you about this strategy because if you're not using this in your business, you're missing an opportunity here. There's an algorithm loophole that's open right now where you can tap into it when you know how to. And I'm not just saying you just download this stuff and post it exactly to your account. There's a method to the madness of how you do it to really attract a certain person to your account. And so what Media Channel Mastery is, you heard me talk about at the beginning, it's a training course that typically sells for $1,000 that'll show you how to create the whole media channel. Find what niche you want to go into. What niche do you want to like make your voice known in, right? Where do you want to impact? Maybe it's a certain maybe it's a certain group of people you want to impact. Maybe it's a certain hobby that you're into. Maybe it's a certain topic, like overcoming something, something you had breakthrough in your life. Maybe it's mindset. Maybe it's kids. Maybe it's parenting. Maybe it's marriage. Maybe it's, whatever. Like, we have people in our community raising their voice and creating media channels around lots of different topics. We actually have a training on how to identify which topic to go after, which ones are good and which ones might not be good. We show you how to optimize your profile. We walk you through in very basic steps. If you're totally new to Instagram and social media, we show you everything in the Media Channel Mastery course. But that's not where we end. We show you how to grow these accounts by using proven viral content, which means you're not having to sit on your phone all day creating original content. You're not having to be the one to write the scripts, to shoot the content. You're just becoming a curator of stuff we already know is likely to go viral. Now, that doesn't mean you can't do a hybrid account. That's what our account is. If you watch the Rainmaker family account, we do 3 posts a day. One post is a PVC, right? It's a proven viral content. We're sharing something from someone else that we know is going to resonate with our audience. We're rewrapping it and putting our own flavor on it to kind of communicate it in the language our audience is going to receive and relate with, right? We do one post that's like a call to action post, something that's like driving people into some sort of action. Download this free thing, get our list of, books we read before we became millionaires at age 30, book a call with our team. Like we do a lot of call to actions. And then the third type of post we do is a value post, something just adding value back into the room, just like, hey, here's a give, here's something cool, here's something inspiring, right? Back into the room. Okay. So we got like PVC, which is typically something funny for us because we love humor. We got a call to action and we have a value add. Those are our 3 posts. We do 3 a day, right? And one of those is very easy to do, PVC, right? And it's very highly leveraged. Like me and Chelsea are not sitting on our phones creating content all the time. Okay. So you can do full PVC type profiles or just reposting everything. You can do hybrids like us, where we're doing some of our own original content. We're doing some PVC, right? Or you can do, anything in between. So in the Media Channel Mastery course, we teach you how to create one of these theme pages. We call this building faceless influence. Yes, you can put your face on it. If you have a business, you can use this for your advantage in your current business. We've seen people do that as well, but you can also do this completely faceless. You can also do this completely automated as well. So the Media Channel Mastery course will show you how to build the media channel in this industry, how to grow it, how to find the content, how to post it. It'll even show you how to outsource this and like hire someone to do this for you. We just had someone post in our community that he started this less than 30 days ago. He's hit 2,000 followers. He has a thing fully run by a virtual assistant in the Philippines. Like this course will show you how to do all of that, right? We have exceptional stories like people hitting 15,000, 30,000 followers within 30 days. And we have some people that have slower growth. So I'm just being fully transparent with you. There's no like science to this thing. Okay. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but this is a valuable skill set. And I don't think anyone in our community has done this and not grown, like not grown in their personal development, in their skill sets, and in the account, right? The account is actually growing followers and growing reach and growing influence. Okay. But we don't just stop there at influence. The key is learning to build influence and then pointing that influence towards something, right? Pointing that influence towards income for your family. And where does income come from? Income comes from offering value to your audience. So let's say you build a page, like we have someone in our community who built a page on overcoming grief. Okay, overcoming grief. What a cool page to help people overcome grief. In the hardest time of their life, they're starting to grieve something. The algorithm starts to know this, right? They see what they're looking at, they see what they're looking at online, and it starts to show them this page. They get healing. They find tips in this page. They find tricks in this page. They find a community of other people going through similar things, relating with them. And now they're like bonded to this thing. I click and follow. Like, I need to see this every day. And our students posting content for them every day. This account, I think the grief page right now is about 5,000 followers. And it grew really quickly. I think from 0 to like 3,000 followers in the first 30 days. And it's totally faceless. You would find this page and you wouldn't even be able to know who's behind it. Okay. And so she's just posting encouraging things, but people will trade dollars for things they value. So if there was a way to help them out at a higher level, outside of just a daily social media post, would some people pay money for that? The answer is yes. And so this Rainmaker is creating a guide, a checklist for, overcoming grief, the checklist, because in grief, sometimes you can feel paralyzed. What if you just had a simple checklist that's like, every day I'm going to do these things. And this is going to walk me through this process of healing and keep me like checking some box in my life, right? It's a very powerful idea and it's a low priced digital product. That means it's just like an online PDF that she's selling on this page where people can go buy it. They get the immediate download. Our student had to make it once, right? She had to take the time to create this digital download, but then people can buy it for years to come. And it's not taking a ton of work on our Rainmaker's part, right? So this is truly highly leveraged income. And so what we do in the Media Channel Mastery course is there's a whole section about building influence. That's what I just talked about. And even outsourcing that, if you want to hire someone to run that building of the page for you. But then there's a whole section of the course devoted to income. How do you take that influence and offer more value to the audience where they'll actually give you money for the value you create? There's actually about 4 pathways that we mention. Some we go more in depth on, but it's digital products, right? Taking that influence and just something like a digital product, like I just talked about. It's memberships. Maybe you create a community around something and there's like a monthly membership that you sell. It's affiliate products, which is like recommending someone else's product and getting paid a commission on any sale. And then it's physical products, of course, because in Rainmaker Family, we're really known for physical products. We've had 2 to 3 physical product launches in our community every single day within the last quarter. And so we're really good at that. And we'd love to take you down all the way that pathway. But this is the beginning of the Rainmaker journey now. We have people come into Media Channel Mastery, build their influential media channel, and then start monetizing earlier in the process, get some wins, whether it's digital, physical, or affiliate, or sorry, whether it's digital, affiliate, or membership. And then we take them into the physical product realm and we help them diversify their income with a physical product that can truly scale. And that is really the Rainmaker method in a nutshell. Now, the other thing I didn't mention is these media channels can be valuable within themselves. We have someone on our team. He's on our marketing team. He has a page that he built, media channel, that has 2 million followers on Instagram. And he got an offer the other day for $500,000 to simply buy his Instagram page. This blows my mind, you guys, because in the day and age we live in, big brands are realizing that influence is like a currency. Attention is what drives the economy. And this is why we see so many influencers starting to leverage that influence and turn it into income. We see people like Mr. Beast launching Feastables, like a physical product brand where he's taking his influence, he's turning it into income. We see celebrities like starting these alcohol brands and starting these fragrance brands and starting these clothing brands, right? Like there's so many celebrities who their income is actually still limited because like they have to show up, they have to be an actor, they have to like record their voice, like they have to be there. But they start these other things like physical product brands because it gives them more leverage where they can make sales without them actually being there. And we actually did a study on like the biggest celebrities' net worth and then the valuation of their brand. And the valuation of the brands they had built would like almost double or triple their net worth over time because of the leverage that it gave them of building something that generated income, but also could be exitable, right? They could sell the business. And so that's really the vision with the media channel. It goes in your whole ecosystem of what you're building online. It's something that you can sell. It's also something that you can sell advertisements on. And we did a whole podcast on how we're growing our Instagram through Instagram shout outs. Well, when your account reaches a certain amount of followers, like Sammy just posted in our community, her account media channel that she started just over the summer is at 48,000 followers right now. Right? She's generated over $10,000 in sales on her Amazon product, and she's starting to generate income off of her Instagram media channel as well. And this is, again, one of those exceptional stories. She just like her page rose really quickly, but I just share this to show you what's possible because when she started hitting these numbers, like 48,000 followers, like that's an influencer account and people will reach out to you and actually pay you to promote stuff on that page. Yuke, who's on our team, the guy who has that account with 2 million followers is called Unstoppable on Instagram. Like he does 2 to 3 paid advertisements on that account every single day. Companies are paying him. Companies like Jacob and Co., which is like a watch company, they sell like $1 million watches. Bugatti, which is like a luxury car brand, like they've paid him. I think one of these companies, I forget it was Jacob and Co. or Bugatti, they paid him $7,000 just for a shout out on his page to build awareness for a new product they had coming out. Like that blows my mind. So in Media Channel Mastery, we're mainly focusing on those early monetization methods, digital products, affiliate products, memberships, and physical products, right? But that's kind of a fifth bonus one is as you build influence, that influence is really valuable to a lot of people. And you can even sell advertisements on your media channel. Like think of media channels you watch on television. How do they make money? Advertisements. Brands come to them and want to promote their brand on that media channel. You're doing the same thing on Instagram. And this is something you can do with literally just your phone. I hope you learned something in this podcast about media channel mastery, but more than that, about an opportunity that's available on platforms like Instagram right now to grow your influence and then turn that into income. And if you want the playbook on how to do this, we've created it. Again, this is like the first step in our whole Rainmaker process. And we'd love to offer it to you. It's something that normally sounds for $1,000, but there's a crazy deal going on right now as you're listening to this show. So go to the link in the show notes. I'm actually going to say it out loud here, but it might just be easier to go to the link in the show notes and click it. but it's rainmakerlinks.com/pod MCM. Okay, pod MCM. So pod as in podcast, MCM as in media channel mastery. Rainmakerlinks.com/pod MCM. That'll take you to our special that's going on this program. You can get it for a fraction of the price. Jump into this program. It comes with some incredible bonuses, and you're going to love what you find inside. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Rainmaker Family Show. I hope it was educational. I know it's kind of like a different Black Friday type special. We haven't done this on this podcast, but if you've been thinking about working with us and getting into our world and getting into some of the curriculum, this is such a low barrier, easy way to jump in and see what we're all about. So hop over to that link, rainmakerlinks.com/podmcm, and we will see you on the inside. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Rainmaker Family Show. If you're not a part of our mastermind yet, I want to say I think you're missing out. Our heart here at Rainmakers is to create total abundance for you. That's why we're offering a free one-on-one family freedom design session for you, our faithful listener.
Yeah, if you want to hop on a call with our team, see if it's a good fit to build a business that creates time freedom for you, financial abundance, and helps you leave that thriving family legacy. That's what we're all about in our mastermind. You can grab a time on our team's calendar at rainmakerfamily.com/mastermind. Again, that's rainmakerfamily.com/mastermind.